Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the new Bretonnian kits. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. So I don't have too much excitement for the old models. I think it's cool that they're coming back and they're going to be available again for the people that are. But definitely more interested in at least taking a look at the new stuff. So we had the Bretonnian kit focus, Knights of the Realm walk so their lord can fly. The first batch of pre-orders for Warhammer the Old World are just a few days away. That's this Saturday. The Kingdom of Bretonnia and Tomb Kings of Khemri have brand new miniatures coming up to accompany fresh rules that mix the classic strategy and rank and flank Warhammer with modern quality of life upgrades. Today we're taking a closer look at some of the Bretonnian newcomers, the Lord on Royal Pegasus and Knights of the Realm on foot. Alright, so here's the Lord on Royal Pegasus, and I gotta say this is a nice looking model right here. I really like the barding and everything on the actual Pegasus itself, and the Lord is pretty nice. Definitely loaded with detail. I am curious though, like how the size of this is going to compare to like the old stuff, and then also compared to like Age of Sigmar stuff, because there is definitely like a difference in scale between like the older stuff and the newer stuff. So I wonder if this will kind of like fall in between, or if this is going to be more scaled towards like the older stuff. All right, and then here are the new knights on foot, and these are some really nice looking models right here as well. Definitely a big fan of all the details. I love the old style of the helms, like super eccentric looking. And then I think there's a different build for the actual weapons as well. I think they have like two-handed weapons and then also like the sword and shield. Very cool though, nice looking. These new kits are a sight to behold. They fit seamlessly alongside the classic design language of the Bretonnian faction, while taking full advantage of the modern miniature technology. In the case of the Lord on Royal Pegasus, this allows the Pegasus to strike a regal, rearing pose with the intricately detailed barding on its body and choice of heads. As Warhammer veterans may remember, the Lords of Bretonnia come in several different ranks, and this kit lets you build either a Duke, hafting a knightly lance and wearing an ornate shrine-topped helmet, or a Baron, wearing a more restrained circlet, with a gleaming sword. Ultimately, however, as the rules allow any level of Lord to be equipped with every option in the box, it's up to the player how you want to deploy your chosen build. As such, this awesome miniature can be used to represent a Paladin riding a Royal Pegasus, though if you want them to bear the army's majestic battle standard, a separate kit is available for just that purpose. This plastic kit uses the same Royal Pegasus, but an entirely different rider. Okay, interesting. So the actual like regular Pegasus kit with the Lord has two different options, and like equipment options for the actual rider, and then the Royal Pegasus with battle standard is a separate kit. Same Pegasus, but different rider. Okay, so very cool. Here we can see with like the actual sword. Here is the lance and everything, and then the different bodies. Looks like quite a bit of options right here. So definitely nice to see like the old stuff get like reimagined with the current technology, because this looks like a massive step up from the old style and like quality of the kits. And then here we see the actual Pegasus itself. And just a note, the barding is like all built onto the Pegasus. Very cool though. All right, and then here we see the other kit now, same Pegasus, different rider. Again, just really, really nice quality and detail here. And then here is that sprue for the second kit. The Knights of the Realm on foot are appropriately a riot of individuality, as each model represents a storied champion with their own history and heraldry. Each box contains 20 highly detailed miniatures with 2 full sets of command staff, champions, standard bearers, and musicians. So you can build them as 2 separate units of 10 knights or 1 large regiment of 20. As befits noble warriors with years of battlefield experience, the Knights of the Realm on foot are just as skilled with a mighty great weapon as they are with the classic sword and shield approach. This kit provides both options for all 20 warriors, which means that you can split it right down the middle for more tactical diversity or load up on your favorites. Head options and arms across the kit are largely interchangeable, so even your largest regiment can be full of unique Knights of the Realm, each with their own story. So very, very cool. So just of note here, and I mean, again, you can see the difference in like the actual quality of the kit versus like the older stuff. You know, I'm definitely hesitant to get excited about like 20-something-year-old models that I've seen a million times. And even some of those hold up okay. But you can definitely see the contrast with like the new stuff and the quality, all of the various options for both weapons. Gotta love the interchangeable parts and everything. Here we see more of like the two-handed weapons. Really nice. And I love the different heraldry and everything. Like I said, the like super intricate like helmets and everything like that. Very, very cool. But it is worth note also that one thing we saw that was different with the 40K stuff versus the Horus Heresy stuff. The Horus Heresy stuff was definitely cheaper per model, but then was coming in like squads of 20 instead of like squads of 10. Or in some cases squads of 10 instead of like squads of 5 with like the jump packs and stuff like that. So even though the actual kits were like slightly more expensive, you were paying like an extra $10, so like $70 instead of 60, but you were getting 20 models instead of 10. So it looks like that is the route that they're going to go. So I think so far, the one thing that I would note is we've seen a lot of similarities, a lot of parallels between Warhammer the Old World and Horus Heresy relative to Age of Sigmar and Warhammer 40k. So it really does look like they're taking a page out of the playbook for what they did for Heresy, and they're like basically shifting it over into Warhammer Fantasy Battles or Old World, whatever you want to call it. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now back to the video. And I would imagine a lot of that has to do with the success they've seen with Horus Heresy. So you'll be able to pre-order your own Royal Pegasus riding Lords this Saturday alongside a massive assortment of classic Bretonnian kits and new rules for Warhammer the Old World. The Knights of the Realm on foot will follow soon after. They're walking, you see, so it takes longer for them to get here. Okay, so they won't be in the initial launch. And it was kind of interesting that the big boxes, it looks like, are like 99% old models. I think both of the big boxes, the Bretonnian Knights and then also the Tomb Kings of Khemri, both have like the one big centerpiece model that's new and then like the alternate guy on foot. If you want to start a glittering army of Bretonnian champions in one convenient package, make sure to check out the huge Kingdoms of Bretonnia box, which contains the core rulebook and is packed with knights, Pegasi, and a rank of doughty foot soldiers. So really nice looking. You can definitely see a massive quality of life improvement from the new stuff compared to the old stuff, because these are really, really nice. I mean, you could easily see this in like the Sigmar range. Now, again, I am curious because it does look like they've upgraded the size of the bases. I'm curious where the actual models will stand, like size-wise, compared to the new stuff. So, like, are these guys going to look massive if you put them next to, like, similar models from the old range? Are these going to look still small compared to Age of Sigmar humans? Or is it going to be more of, like, a similarity? Very, very curious to see, like, a size comparison. So, yeah, definitely cool. Gotta love the new models. You can definitely see the quality of the kits of all of the new stuff compared to, like, the old range. And I think so far we have seen, like, all the new stuff just looks fantastic. Definitely some style differences compared to like the old stuff versus Sigmar, but the actual like quality of life of the kit's really, really nice. So that makes it also interesting for like the pricing. Like we see like 20 knights coming in the kit here. How is that going to compare to like, 20 soldiers from like the old range that are just being reprinted from 20 something years ago? So we will have those questions answered very soon, as we will have the pricing for you guys. In the meantime, let me know in the comments what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up. Are you looking forward to picking up some of these models, build them up, painting them, and actually playing the game? Are you going to be picking up for nostalgia purposes? Is this cool and exciting, but you're probably just going to pass on all this stuff? I think I probably fall into that latter camp right there. As for me, it's already hard enough to keep up with like 40k, Kill Team, and Warcry. On top of that, I'm playing Sigmar as well now. So last thing I need to do is get into Horus Heresy and then Warhammer Fantasy Battles. And to tell you the truth, the game was fun back in the day and I enjoyed it, but Sigmar is a lot of fun now. And I just don't really see Warhammer Fantasy Battles and the movement trays and square bases ever dethroning like the new Sigmar for me. The same way that like the 30k stuff, Horus Heresy is cool, but I'm not going to pass up 40k for that. And I just don't have the time or like capacity to play all of these games. I'm definitely already too involved in too much. But let me know down below. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Happy New Year to everybody. And of course, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm impressed by the new stuff. And I'm out of here.